Okay, so if you want to be rich and successful, and especially before you're too old to enjoy it, there's 7 steps that you need to do. And the first one is you need to increase your income at all and any cost. And a lot of people think this means that you got to do something insane. I know people who work at Cane's for like 12.50 an hour. If they really wanted to, they could go to Chipotle and make like 15 an hour. Every dollar matters. You need to find the job that makes you the absolute most possible. Now, of course, if there's a trade like welding, or if you have the ability to go to college, especially if you can go for like free, whether that's your parents' scholarship or some kind of like low income financial aid, you should do it because it's the easy way to get your income up, okay? You must aggressively search for the job that will pay you the most possible, no matter how crap the job is, okay? You must, like, because I've seen a lot of people where they're like, oh, I could make 16 an hour at this job and I think it'll be pretty chill. Or I could make 18, but it's going to be brutal and I'm going to hate it. While you are young, it does not matter. You need to be aggressive, very aggressive if you want to be successful, okay? Number two, you must learn and master marketable skills. You have YouTube videos, you have books, free libraries in your cities, there's jobs, and there's mentors, okay? And by jobs, I mean like there are certain jobs that you can get where you learn skills, for example, and find the way to learn skills that will benefit you, okay? And when I made this chart originally, it was made for me. I never knew I'd make this video, so some of the things might not make sense, but they make sense in my head, and I'll just explain them, okay? So find the way to learn skills that will benefit you. That is meaning if you're going into advertising in college, for example, then you should watch YouTube videos or pick up a side hustle that's related to that so that you can become a master, so that you have your advantage in your career, in your side hustle, just that sort of thing, okay? Sales, marketing, and communication are my 3 favorite ones. Sales is like the foundation for everything. If you can do sales, door to door sales, selling a car, whatever, then you have the ability to persuade people, which is super important when it comes to getting a job, when it comes to having your own business. So you have that ability to make more money than, a 9 to 5. Marketing, extremely important. Communication, they all kind of tie together. Marketing, you could argue, is like online communication, but you need to be able to market yourself and you need to have amazing communication. That is extremely important. If you stutter, if you have anxiety, get a job. I mean, just get a job where you talk to people. That's so important. And people treat you differently if you have great communication skills, especially once your confidence goes up. It's just life changing, okay? Tree, not three, tree. Tree, not three, because all that matters is efficiency. Find a money multiplier. Keyword multiplier, okay? This can be crypto, it can be dividends, ETFs. You must find a place or places to park your money so that it grows to life changing amounts. So, this is my absolute favorite one, okay? Because whether you are working at Walmart for 15 an hour or you're a software engineer making, I don't know, 100K straight out of school, it is not enough. It's never enough, okay? Because we want to retire early. We want financial freedom so that we can do whatever we want. And the way to do that is by finding a money multiplier. I've seen people like I know this one guy. He graduated college. He graduated high school. He tried college for a year, flunked out, kind of sucked. He got a government job that was paying really good money considering he was like 19 making like 50K a year, living with his parents with like no car note, and he was putting everything into the savings account, just as like not even like a checking account. And the amount of money that he lost due to inflation or the opportunity cost that he lost by just not even like dollar cost averaging into the S&P, let alone anything more creative, is just immense. And he is stuck in a cycle as of right now where he is not going to make it out. This is the number one. This is the number one important skill because this is the step that will get you from being normal to being not normal in the eyes of others when you get to that level of wealth. Okay, so really look into this. And diversify as well. Don't be one dimensional. 4, become your own boss. Okay, so first, you've already got good cash flow coming in from working. You've learned skills that are really important to learn while you are young to help market yourself, to help get better jobs. You now know how to invest and how to make, because you can be like 20 years old living with mom and dad making like 15 an hour, but if you can invest properly, like that's huge, okay? That's another thing. Like stay at home as long as you can. You can still help out 300 bucks a month or something. It's just it's so much more beneficial. So you don't have to be the guy who's 31 moving back in, right? 4. So once you get to 4, you're great at investing and you make money. Now the goal is to become your own boss, aka side hustles. To reach true enlightenment, keyword enlightenment, you need the ability to generate your own cash flow. Another keyword right there, cash flow. Start working towards a life where you quit your 9 to 5. Okay? So the whole point of this is to be wealthy while you are young, right? And if even if you're an engineer making great money, but you're working at a 9 to 5 or like a 9 to 9, stupid hours, right? And you're making hella money, but now you're 60 and you're still doing that. The whole goal is to escape this as young as possible. So once you already have all the basics going, and hopefully you don't got a kid or anything like that yet, if you do, you'll still be fine, right? You need to get cash flow from online sources or from non 9 to 5 sources, from passive sources. So you need to start working towards a life where you can quit your 9 to 5, okay? And the best way to do this is there's 2 routes. You can do something you're passionate about or you can do something that just works. It's really up to you. Maybe if you're really good at singing, you can try to become an artist. You can try to find a way to market yourself online, whether, TikTok shop, drop shipping. You gotta stay knowledgeable, see what's in. I know like scaling ads has been really huge over the past few years, although I feel like we're kind of past that right now. But I like the idea of just having an online business, whatever you're good at, like some girls do nails, like stuff like that, right? Find a way to get cash flow online. It can be a YouTube channel, whatever you find something you're passionate about, something you like, so you can really keep working towards it without giving up. Number 5, my favorite. Not actually, but risk. All your moves should be too risky for the average person. This is the scale your business one, okay? By the time you get to number 4, you probably live below your means. Maybe you're making 6 figures. Maybe you make 60K a year, but you spend like you make 20K a year. And from the outside, you look comfortable. Like you can get a massage whenever you want. You can get those best seats to a game whenever you want. But you're probably not even doing it because you're being smart. Because we're trying to retire early here. We're trying to be rich. Okay? This is where it changes. Risk. All your moves should be too risky for the average person. Scale your business. Anytime I see anyone online and they're talking about all the success they had, it's always like, oh yeah, like I was making this YouTube channel and everyone was saying, oh, you're so stupid for dropping out of college. You're so stupid for leaving your 9 to 5 where you're making all that money. That was so risky. You should have never put all that money into Bitcoin back in '09. That's insane. Like, it's always too risky, like, oh my God, you took a loan against your house to like invest in your business that you're doing online where you're making like not even that much money, but you see potential and growth. Like, what? Risk. Like, sometimes you just gotta find the riskiest path and then take it. Within reason, of course. Not stupid, but we like calculated risk. And this is where like it can pay off. If you can get a good sum of money, you have a nest egg, that sort of thing, and you find good risk and you truly believe in it, you know, if you believe in yourself to be a YouTuber, if you believe in this cryptocurrency, whatever it is, you believe in your business, you can say it, but the only way that I'll believe you is if you put your money where your mouth is and you go all in. Metaphorically, not actually all in, but like damn near it. Everything you can afford to lose. And maybe and a little more realistically. Risk, 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 risk. This is where you can do something huge, right? Number 6, stop being a dumb F word. After gaining wealth from all this tomfoolery that's risky, it's time to lock it in. Diversify with safe investments and buy property. Consider selling your business, taking time to travel. This is the one where you're like, dang, low key made it here, okay? So when you do your big risk here, and that risk could literally be you work a 9 to 5 and you allocate every other hour of the day to your side hustle. It doesn't actually have to mean, giving away your money, but your time is everything, right? So that's risk. But back to here. This is where you've made good money and you now need to lock it in, okay? So diversify. okay? Maybe sell your business. Take some time to relax. This is really stressful. You've been going at it forever. So chill out, bro. Chill out. Take a deep breath. Buy some property. And go to like Thailand. Live in Thailand for a month, okay? Or like travel Europe, backpack Europe for a little bit. I think it's really important to have all those experiences, especially while you were young, and network and I don't know, go on vacation with the bros. Like, do your thing, man. Like, you're doing good, bro. At this stage, you're comfortable. You know, you got some cash flow coming in online. You could low-key quit your 9 to 5. Maybe you did quit your 9 to 5. Maybe you own a whole Bitcoin. Like, stuff's going pretty well at this point. 7. Stay sharp. Don't get complacent. Just because you have some money now doesn't mean you should retire. Now that you are rich, it's time to become an investor. Buy into projects that you believe in. Start a passion project, a pizza restaurant, a dispensary, a vodka brand, social media, etc. People think that they just want to retire and sit at home. That is miserable and boring, especially to anyone who does even half of this here. You're a hustler, bro, and you're not gonna enjoy just doing nothing. You know, maybe for like 6 months traveling and whatever is cool, but getting home and like laying down, like the biggest thing that makes people die once they retire is like they'll be doing 65 and be healthy, and then they just rot at home. And you can do that in your 30s. You can just rot at home, and it's not good. Mentally, physically, you're just cooked, okay? You just won't be happy, right? So this is where like you got some bread, like, so do your thing. Back here, with the step 4, become your own boss. Maybe you were doing like a t-shirt business or something to make money to like get you rich, but it wasn't what you were passionate about. Here you have the ability, whatever you are passionate about, whether it's fashion, whatever it is, this is where you can like do this legit and lock it long term, or my favorite, obviously YouTube, as I mentioned several times today. Start a YouTube channel and show your journey, show like your thing. If you are someone, like if you've done these steps, people will respect you. You'll have money, status, or something going on. You can have a YouTube channel for sure. But this is the final step, because this is what like cements you, right? Once you have all your different businesses, your passion projects, your pizza restaurant, you can achieve money and happiness. Because money doesn't equal happiness. You need both of them. Let me know what y'all thought about this. I made this list, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I haven't read it a day since, and I decided, let me turn the camera on and BS as much as I can. So if you saw me stumbling around, yeah, that's probably why. I'm gonna definitely make more things like this, but actually plan to make videos out of them, and hopefully they turn out any better. If anyone watched this, it's probably the year 2035. Appreciate y'all. Later.